So I'm here with Tyler showing off Redshift Afterlife. Yeah, I got that.
Redshift Afterlife is a story. You're playing a woman investigating a haunted space station orbiting a black hole. Mm-hmm. It's meant to be a horror sci-fi adventure. Mm-hmm. So we want to focus kind of away from combat and more towards the exploring this very real feeling space station that could actually exist in, say, about the 50 years from now mark. Mm-hmm. So it plays on like very sort of corporations gone wrong. It's a very dark, very unsafe place. Yeah. And you're really there to sort of explore what the black hole's actually done to the station. So it's a lot of like metaphysics, a lot of reality kind of twisting in on itself, a lot of jumping between different timelines. You might appear in one place, it'll be one way, and you come back later and it's completely different, just because reality has just shifted on you. You are the only person you actually see and play through. There's no conversation with other people. I find to really get the sense of horror, you have to make the player feel alone. I like horror games or survival stories where you have this cool lone person, all of a sudden, hey, there's people. Now it's not about horror and survival, it's about social interactions. And
yeah, I mean, it's a type of horror, but like you want to pretty much get isolation down to.
Yeah, exactly. There's no. You also don't have other people kind of interpreting it for you. You, the player, get to kind of tell the story yourself by having that sense of isolation.
Is there will it be like kind of like logs
yes.
by the previous people? Oh, okay, that's really
yeah. So there's gonna be lots of like written in auditory or voice acted stories coming out. Mm-hmm. One trick you want to do is actually there has to be a little bit of a soliloquy, a little bit of the character talking to herself a bit. Mm-hmm. So the trick we're going to do is she's going to find data logs that from the future she left to herself. And because we have that time twist, she's basically going to be instructed as to sort of the basic game mechanics and what the setting is through her own voice coming from the future. Yeah. So you kind of have this little trinity going on where there's the blank slate character, the player's playing, the player themselves, and then the voice they find. So there's a little bit of a weird relationship going on there.
Oh, that's actually really cool. If I was going to ask your inspirations for it, but it feels like there's like a weird Event Horizon, like kind of like haunted ghost ship in space, but like
yeah, Event Horizon was a huge. I just love that movie. Like, yes. I'm a big nerd. Come on, horrors.
I love them. And any movie that has Sam Neill ripping his own eyes out is
yeah.
kind of awesome.
Yeah, Sam Neill, he's a hero. So there we go. Yeah, there's that. Game-wise, though, System Shock, huge inspiration in terms of the atmosphere, just creating a very real-feeling world. In terms of game mechanics, Zelda and Metroidvania-style game. There's a lot of finding items and backtracking and using that to sort of unlock and explore more of the station.
So, who else is in making Redshift, or is it just you?
Oh no, well, it's kind of like baby. Like it's like that game designer hoards all the ideas himself. Has to be this way. I'm definitely being that kind of guy. Mm-hmm. But indie game audio, Troy Morrissey, he's been doing all of the audio work. Him and his team. And the art's been done by James Briggs of Garden Knight Games. So he's the guy who's kind of leading the visual style of it.
Mm-hmm. And what's your plans for Redshift in the future? Is like eventually going to become like a release?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Game and everything like that?
Yeah, so what we're doing now is we have level you just saw is going to be 1 of 3 levels. So I'll make a prologue at the beginning of the story. We're going to have that finished by March next year. That'll be kind of our push for crowdfunding, so we can say this is what we've created. We need development money to make the next chapter. So we have our prologue, which will be about half an hour to an hour of gameplay. Yeah. Then we're going to have 5 chapters after that, each chapter being about 2 to 3 hours. Yeah. Then we'll release those over time, and then we'll probably sell as one big package. I mean, we're still kind of loose to see how the market responds to it and how it kind of how it goes from there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's awesome. So I'm looking forward to when that game comes out. Thanks, man.
No, you'll be the first on the list. Thank you.